Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. Today I have a video about all the money I spent on Pokemon in 2021. So I'll just do a quick overview of what we're looking at here. Top left is the juicy stuff. How much I spent right there, $557,115.20. Where I spent it. So eBay, private buys. I'll get into it a little bit more, but yeah, this is what I spent and where I spent it, the percentage breakdown of the total, some notes, and then payment method and how much I spent per payment method. And then just notes on basically what this spreadsheet is literally just what I spent buying Pokemon cards in 2021. I'm putting together, it's that time of the year, it's mid end of January. I like to be proactive with my tax stuff and not procrastinate until the last minute because I need to get my things to my accountant and then they do their stuff. I want to give them time. If you wait too long until the very end when everyone else is, it's going to cost you more money. So give the accountant as much time as they need. But this is Pokemon spends only. This is not eBay selling fees. This is not shipping fees, any kind of selling supplies, ink, paper, mileage to and from the post office, any of those things. This is literally just buying inventory. This isn't even grading fees. The main reason I excluded grading fees is I prepaid a lot of it in 2020. So a lot of what I'm receiving back now and what I received back in 2021 had been prepaid in 2020. Some of it was paid throughout 2021. Some of it I'm yet to pay because I still don't even have. I just recently got the cards back and I'm making the payment shortly, or yeah, whatever. I'm not including grading fees. This is literally just cards that I bought to add to my inventory, some of which are already sold. And this has nothing to do with the selling side. So Pokemon buys only. I do love, like, shout out to Nick, old school Pokemon, my co-host on the podcast. He'll do a monthly summary. He doesn't hit every month, but when he does, he shows buys, sells, fees, breakdown, everything. He'll break down his monthly profit. I'm I guess I'm starting here. I don't know how deep I'll go. I don't know if I'll ever show my complete sales breakdown. Maybe I'll show percentage based sales breakdown by platform, break it out similarly. I don't know. We'll see. But I figured I'd start here, see how I felt with it, see how the reception went, and go from there. But we got a nice little chart here that's just, it's the same. If you total all these up, it's the same number. It just shows you my monthly breakdown. But anyways, diving into it a little bit deeper now that you have a feel for what's going on. I guess I'll cover this too. Part of the reason I'm showing this is because I'm doing it anyways for my taxes. I think it's interesting. It would interest me to see this from other people. It interests me when Nick shows it. There's some other YouTube content that I consume where they really get deep into financials that just interest me a lot. I have a lot of interest in the finance space, and it's a bit of a taboo thing to talk about. And I'm not trying to show this as any kind of a flex or anything like that. There's a lot of people who spend a lot more money than me. There's a lot of people who spend a lot less money than me and maybe have higher profit margins. Everyone has their own thing going on, and I hope this is some amount of entertainment or some amount of value to people. So just to get that out there. But I did also hope that this would address certain questions that I get on a relatively, like, repeated basis. Very, very common one you see everywhere. Where do you find deals? Where do you buy cards? So I'm literally showing you exactly, I mean, not exactly, but eBay. eBay is over 1/3 of what I buy. Another thing I put in here, another note to touch on, is just handling cash flow. You can see that my biggest month here was $76,000. So having any month that may pop up, that was the month where I bought through Heritage, that lot that I recently showed. It was $35,000 for those two base set lots that I bought. And then there was some other small stuff in there. It was about $40,000 through Heritage among my distributor buys, my other stuff like that. So from a business perspective, you really need to have a good uh, cash fund for liquidity. And also I'll mention a rewards credit card that I use with a very high limit. Rudy from Alpha Investments did some videos years ago where he talked about having a good rewards credit card that you pay off. I did make the note that you need to be disciplined if you're going to have a high limit credit card. Rewards credit cards are great when you pay them on time in full, not just the minimum payment on time, pay them in full, the statement balance before the due date. Because I use the City Double Cash, not affiliated in any way, not sponsored in any way. I just like to shout them out because they're a great credit card. 1% when you buy, 1% when you pay. So literally 2% cash back on everything I put through my credit card. And I have a limit well into the 5 figures, which allows me to kind of, I put here interest-free short-term loans. Say I buy something on January 1st for $20,000. Say I buy a big collection on eBay. I did buy one earlier this year for like $22,000. I did a video on that as well. So you buy it on January 1st. If your statement doesn't come, you say your statement date is just for the month. So February 1st, the statement will close. You'll get your bill. It won't be due till the end of February. So you're essentially getting an interest-free loan on 20-something thousand dollars from January 1st till February 20-something, whatever your statement date is. That might be, depending on when you buy it, it could be anywhere between 30 days and 45, 50 days. So having that interest-free line of credit just to help smooth some of these with your cash flow is a great thing. And then while I'm on the whole credit card thing, you can see that by source, by payment method, I put $470,000 just from purchases through my credit card. Again, this isn't supplies. This isn't, so, I mean, the number that I really put through my credit card is well over $500,000. Quick math, 2% on that, $10,000 plus. So I was essentially given $10,000 plus in rewards through my credit card. Just that's a 2% discount. And certain things, like when I buy through my distributors, my wholesale modern product, I do pay on a credit card. They charge a 2% credit card fee. So that part is a wash there. I mean, that would be $2,000 worth of rewards that are just going to pay the credit card fee. So there's no real net benefit there, but like all the eBay purchases, all the buy, whatnot, all that. Auction houses too, if you use them, they actually charge more than 2%. I want to say they charge 3.5 or 4%. So that's where you'll see a large part of those I paid by check. There was one large purchase when I bought the packs for the Vegas Pokemon Saves the World event. I did put those on my credit card because I just had a lot of spends going on, and it was a cash flow thing that month to where I needed to lean on the credit card. And I mean, putting $30,000 on a credit card when they're charging 3.5%, 2% covered by the rewards, but that cost me like $400 essentially in an additional credit card fee versus if I had just had the cash and paid check. So yeah, I'm kind of bouncing all over the place here on this spreadsheet, but getting back to it, eBay's the main thing. And I show you guys my purchase videos a lot. I started this channel in March, so I didn't really show you everything, but I showed a pretty good picture. If you went back through all my eBay buys videos that I did, that'll probably build up a pretty decent sum of that. Private buys, so eBay, I didn't have any notes because that's straightforward. Go to eBay and all different kinds of thing I was buying. Private buys, though, sometimes it's through PayPal. Frequently, a large portion of this is through PayPal. And then I also put crypto and wire. So right here, you can see I did wire somebody money. I bought a WotC first edition box from an international person who I wired the money to after they sent it to me and I verified it. And then I did also do a small, well, I mean, $10,000 buy. That was a fairly recent one that I did videos on, all those Japanese promos and some miscellaneous stuff. But Yeah, so that covers the private buys. Sometimes these are people I find on Instagram. Sometimes they're just people that I know. I bought a few decent lots through Pokemon Radar. I bought the light base set first edition packs, and so guys like that I know, people that I meet on Instagram, wherever. That's generally what's falling into this bucket, and you can see it's a pretty significant portion. It's 22% of my total Pokemon purchases last year. Wholesale modern, this is pretty straightforward. It's I have two different accounts with like official Pokemon distributors. Again, I put everything through a credit card for them with a 2% fee, so it's a wash with my rewards balance. That's where if you didn't have a good rewards credit card, I mean, some credit cards give you 1% back. Some credit cards give you nothing back. So you'd be paying that 2% fee on top, and that would be a pretty big negative. But the rewards credit card allows you to get that back from them. Auction houses, that's Heritage Golden PWCC, primarily paid through check, but there was that one big purchase that I put on the card. Those I did videos every time there was like a substantial purchase. There was the couple big ones through Heritage, and then the Golden where I bought the two lots of Pokemon the Pokemon Saves the World box break that I went 50-50 on with Nick. And then Bai, those are the Japanese cards. That's where I think most of those were done like January and February of 2021, where I didn't have a channel yet. But early on in March, when I started my channel, I think I had a lot of videos where I covered, and then you see them all the time. Every return video I have, and there's another one coming from PSA in the coming weeks. I just paid the upcharges, but tons of Scream promos, Masaki promos, Burn Towers, and those are all through Mercari and Yahoo Japan. Maybe someday I'll do a video. I think there's other good videos and guides out there, but I'll just show you some of the search terms that I use on Bai, how to navigate through the pages, and show what I look for when I'm buying stuff directly from Japan, because I think that's something that I'm really comfortable with. I've done it. Clearly, I spent $30,000 on it last year. But that's something that is quite a bit more advanced level than just buying on eBay. Retail purchases, so that would be like very, very small amount of Amazon, but occasionally there would be like some random collection box that was out of stock that I'd just like I'd buy a ton of because there was like a price discrepancy, just some out of print thing, and somebody had cases worth of it. I'd buy them out and flip it onto eBay or break it down to packs or whatever. And then Pokemon Center, I spent a lot of money through Pokemon Center on sitting cuties and some of the Pokemon Center ETBs, all different kinds of stuff. I don't go to Walmart, Target in person and buy any packs like that. So this is literally, I think there were a couple other small things in this bucket, but primarily Pokemon Center and Amazon would have been it. And then box breaks through Whatnot. So I noted box breaks, but clearly $20,000 of this was my set of packs and Nick's set of packs through Vegas, the Vegas box break. So box breaks in total would be like 23,000, 10 of which came back from Nick. But yeah, Whatnot, really cool app if you've never used it. I don't sell on it, I only buy on it, but buying into various box breaks, some of Pokemon Radar, some of bought into a charity box break that PokeSun did for Jungle First Edition. And I bought into a couple singles from Nick's streams, old school Pokemon. So cool app. Basically, it's like a 1-minute auction. No reserve. Sometimes people do like a higher start price, but usually it's like $1 auction, 60 seconds, anti-snipe. So anytime somebody bids within the last 10 seconds, it adds 10 seconds. But pretty cool experience to just buy into box breaks that you're buying like legit unweighed packs. So, and then going over here, part of the whole thing I'm doing here, like this is a summary of 2021. As I mentioned, I have to do it anyways for tax purposes. this and then some. I'm obviously giving to my accountant all the expenditures that I had, selling fees included. But let me know in the comments below if this is something that's interesting or useful to you. I might do monthly is like too ambitious. Quarterly, maybe I'll do this on a quarterly basis. It'll keep me from having to like do the whole year's worth in January. It'll keep me up. So it'll be good for me. It'll be good for people who enjoy or want to see the content. So that's kind of the plan, but I'm not completely committed to it. And again, um potentially I might show a breakdown of how much I sold, where I sold by percentage, things like that, if people have interest. I put a note down here too. I have done this every year for the past several. I mean, I've been buying and selling various things for over a decade on eBay. I've been buying and selling Pokemon specifically since 2014. So this is something that I'm familiar with and I've done a bunch. I hand it all to my accountant. They do their stuff. Um, this is something that more people will have to do. Hopefully they're not scrambling to do in January of 2023, but people who get those surprise 1099s in January of 2023, maybe you're back here looking at this video a year later, um, trying to figure out how much you spent and where, because this is what I use when I get my 1099 from eBay for however much I sold. This is used to like write off, okay, that big number that I sold on eBay, PayPal, wherever else, that's not all profit. I need to subtract off this. I need to subtract off all my selling fees, grading fees, things like that. Not financial advice, not an accountant. Go talk to an accountant, but like that's generally how it works. Um, so yeah, I wanted to touch on that because that's a big change for this year. It used to be, depending on the state you were in, 200 transactions and $20,000, and selling platforms would 1099 you. Now it's $600, no matter the amount of transactions. So a lot more people are going to be getting 1099s. Bear in mind that you need to like keep track of things and be able to counteract some amount that was your cost basis, your selling fees, all that. So I will be very interested to see, like, it's cool to see the month by month breakdown. You can see that it varies a decent amount. Year over year will be cool. Another thing that I'm interested in seeing, like, I guess I didn't do percentages here, but yeah, like credit card was 84.3% of my spend for 2021. Keeping that as high as possible is good because I get the rewards on it. I don't get rewards on crypto or anything like that, but it'll be interesting to see how much more I switch towards crypto, or sending old fashioned checks to the auction houses. Um, Seeing how these vary over time. I think the selling side would be a lot more interesting on this, to see how much comes in via like crypto, especially. I intend and hope for a lot more of my business to be done that way, just because not for any tax avoidance type things, but because Coinbase is the platform that I use for sending and receiving crypto, generally speaking. My exchange, they issue 1099s as well. So any amount of money, whoever I sent this to, if they pull that out into their bank account, yeah, there's going to be 1099s issued for all that. So there's no hiding from it. That the tax man is going to get his hands in on whatever you're working on. So it's part of it. Keep track of everything, and be prepared to do everything the right way. It is what I do and is the right thing to do. So I think that's everything. That's how and where I spent my $557,000 in 2021. I guess something that would have been interesting. It was a little bit of a pain to separate out some of this. Again, the way the accountant takes it, it's kind of separated usually, but seeing this year over year. So maybe when I do my quarter one 2022, maybe by then I will have gone back and do like a year over year just to see how I really scaled. Because for me, I mean, 2020 was a big year as well, more on the sales side, but the purchase side was pretty big too. But this is a big number for me, record number by far, as far as purchases. 2021 was also a record number by far for sales, but 2020 was big as well. So yeah, next video, I'm gonna make a note right now. So year over year comparisons. So that way when I come back here for my quarterly, I'll remember to do that. Let me just make it really big. Yeah, but that's it for today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you'd like to see any part of the selling side of 2021. I'm not sure how much I'll go there, but it was fun to put this together. Hopefully it's of interest or use to you. So I think that's it. We'll call it there. I will catch you all later.